What up? What up? What up, family? Man, how y'all doing? We getting in this late night show. I ain't gonna be on here like the previous show, super long. But man, let's get in. Let's talk some football. You more than welcome to pull up on the channel and talk some football with me tonight, man. We just talking all football in general. It don't even matter, man. We just in here having a good time. But just to kick it off right now, I'm literally about to get into this topic, man, and it's been driving me crazy with this topic. You know, soon as a head coaching job come open or they want somebody to leave, right? You throwing Coach Prime name out there. He just got to Colorado. If you know Coach Prime, he gonna stay there and whatever God calls him to do, he gonna do it, right? He not satisfied until hey he get that baseball stadium for Colorado. That was one. That's his plan, and so that's Coach Prime not leaving until he get that baseball stadium. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And so people with this notion and this narrative that they creating an atmosphere, about Coach Prime right now, man, let that junk go, man. Stop trying to put that out there in the ocean and get people to talk about that, man. Listen, I'm addressing this, but man, can we just hold that back, please? Because Coach Prime got some things to do. He has all the resources that he needs in Colorado. The man is definitely growing, like not only the population, right? He's growing the economy. He's growing the collectors for Colorado in general. He's generating money to Colorado. So why would he need to go somewhere else? Everything that Coach Prime asked for, he is getting right now. So it's like, why would he go somewhere else? But hey, we just here talking football, man. Make sure y'all hit that like, share, subscribe button. This is Rob the Man Media, baby. Back with another live, man. Salute to everybody that's in the building. Counting down what's happening. But man, we just here, man, to have a good time, man. I salute all the new subscribers that's in the building right now. But if you missed the show earlier, man, we went for 5 hours. We broke down football all over the place. The revenue sharing is crazy. And that's what I'm saying. People like Coach Prime, like, why would he need to leave? What does another school offer Coach Prime that forces him to have to leave? Just think logic about that. What, like, and I don't get that saying, like, Coach Prime has to leave. Like, where's he going? Remember, the SEC already turned him down once because they didn't want to give him everything he wanted, right? He wanted to bring his cameras in. He wanted to, show y'all a different thing of not just life, but life and football. It ain't too many ADs that's going to give him that. That's for sure. And so when we look at these things about what Coach Prime is doing and how he's doing things, man, a lot of these schools are not gonna give Coach Prime the access. They're afraid of that, right? If you give Coach Prime too much power, they don't know what to do. And these boosters ain't gonna allow it either. So hold your horses, hold your brakes on the Coach Prime thing, him leaving. That ain't true. Don't even go out there and put that atmosphere. Enjoy this success game by game. But you know what? Coach Prime just out there putting pressure on people, and they gotta talk about it. That's all. Chef Xavier was hiding. If he stays, he can create his own legacy. He can't do that at Alabama or any other.
Exactly.
That is true. That is factually true. You're right about that. And so, but he don't need to do nothing. He can just stay there and chill. What up,
But
Zion? Man, talk to me,
but
man.
Rob, the reason why they want him to go because him being at Colorado is gonna be a bigger, how can I say it? It's gonna create a bigger buzz for recruits, for revenue, for everything for that school. And he's gonna rival damn near the whole Power Five football.
But that's what I'm saying. So when you look at it, right? Every top recruit in America wants to go to Coach Prime right now.
Mm. They just got a 4-star offensive tackle just decommitted from Penn State and just got an offer from Colorado.
You think?
Six
Hey,
seven, 6'7", 290.
hey, listen. If y'all don't think Coach Prime got the revenue share built in that contract,
Oh, he
you
got that.
crazy. Hey, listen, Coach Prime don't work for free now. Coach, one thing about Coach Prime, he is a businessman. That's one thing about Coach Prime. He find a way to get some of that revenue share now. He ain't finna let you eat, but at the same time, not only is Coach Prime getting that revenue share, but just look what Bucky and Darius in pregame, right? They benefited off of it too.
Hmm.
You know they're
And
not
the
gonna
merch,
allow them
and that merch.
because people want that
You,
content.
you know he
And,
eating off that merch.
and one of the reasons why I would say JSU was legit mad, right, by Coach Prime leaving was they didn't control none of the content. JSU don't got none of that content that Bucky or Darius shot. They don't got none of that content. Or Uncle Neely. They don't got none of it. And that's what they was more upset about Coach Prime leaving. Like, I ain't even got into the media deal that they're gonna get when they get to the Big 12, but just the money that Coach Prime generating, right? He's generated more money than they didn't have probably in the last 15, 20 years. Total. And he's already surpassed it. So this is just the beginning. So just imagine by at the end of the year, we could be talking 200 million easy, if not more. Hey, listen, that's exactly what I was just saying. They want him to leave because it's a whole economy is projecting him to bring 100 million to Colorado local. Listen, if you own a shop in Boulder, right? Could you imagine how your business is booming right now?
Mm-hmm.
You own a restaurant in Boulder. It's just through the roof. Could you see Coach Prime eventually going back to the Dallas area and coach maybe SMU or TCU?
No.
He still got his house in Texas, right? Anything is possible. Do I actually foresee that? No, because he turned down a TCU job already. He already turned that down. And it's like, what benefits would he have going to SMU? He's got everything. You can't, like, for Coach Brown to leave and he got all these top recruits coming in. That's gonna be a tough sell for him to go to like a SMU to then turn around and try to get them and to get them to go there. That's gonna be a tough sell, man. That'd be hard. Even to go to TCU, that's gonna be hard. So I maintain if CU is smart, they better listen to Jeremy Bloom, who said they need to redo his contract ASAP. Listen, Coach Prime got something in that contract or some residual somewhere, somehow. He got something in there. So he knew how much he's going to generate. CU just didn't know. So definitely, like when I look back, right now, right, I'm saying they're going to double everybody's salary, right? So Coach Prime getting what, 3 to 5 mil? He going to be up to like 7, like 8 to 10, right? Getting his assistant coaches, right? They're going to be up to about 2 or 3 mil. Offense, defense. And then you're going to turn around his assistants. Everybody's going to get a pay raise because he's generating too much money. If they don't give him a pay raise, then yeah, we're going to lose some assistants. But I do think we can match anybody's offers when it comes to any of our assistant coaches. Now, the only thing we probably wouldn't be able to match is like if somebody came and gave Sean Lewis 5 to 6 mil a year. You can't compete with that. Can't. When he was in Jackson, he brought 38 million to their local economy. If you have a small business, take it to Boulder and get that money. Listen, he did so much for Jackson, and a lot of them people didn't capitalize on it. Let's just be real. That's why a lot of people are upset with Coach Prime because they didn't capitalize on the opportunity when they had
They
Coach
was too
Prime.
busy stealing from him, though.
You said what?
They was too busy stealing from him.
But he's seen that though. You can't go fill up an entire stadium week in, week out, and then try to say we ain't got the money. Because think about it. His assistant coach was only making 40, 50,000.
60 at the most.
And that's why he took them to Colorado, because now what they making?
Hundreds of thousands, close to millions of dollars. Bro. That's
A half a mil?
Why not?
That could be life changing money for a lot of people. Just saying. Just think about and it's not even me counting nobody's pockets, right? Think how much Bucky just generates off of just his YouTube channel. A lot of freaking money, right? He making 6 figures a month just off of YouTube. Before you know it, he's gonna be a millionaire. That's just what it is. And so that's why every day, man, you just gotta go out there, you gotta grind, you gotta just get after it because you never know. I just hate the narrative that people like the media try to create, right? Because one, it's like, oh, we too small, we this, we that, right? Now it's like, oh, well, Coach Prime gonna leave because this opening, that open. Like, ain't even coach got fired yet. And y'all already pushing the narrative Coach Prime leaving. Like, let's be real, man. But like I said, man, Coach Prime ain't going nowhere because once Coach Prime say he gonna do something, he on a mission to complete that mission. He ain't leave till he complete that mission. And one of the biggest missions that Coach Prime trying to create right now is getting to you a baseball and softball team. Getting them a baseball and softball team. And that's what a lot of people don't think about. You think Coach Prime just came out there and just said that for no reason? Like, let's be real. Like, that's true and dear to Coach Prime's heart. Not only because he played baseball, but two, he know how to get the recruits that play two-sport athletes. He know how to get them to campus. Well, if you don't got that resource for them, you can't get them. You can't get them.
But Rob,
you know the recruits we lost on because they want to play baseball.
But guess what conference dominates college basketball?
Hey, I would tell you. Listen, I would tell you this to push it even further. CU has a club baseball team right now, and they be beating ranked teams in the nation. So they got the program. They just need the funding.
But the Big 12 they rule college baseball.
Hey, Coach Prime is a smart businessman. He gonna reap everything off that. Listen, I really don't understand why CU didn't have a real baseball team and a softball team. I just never understood that.
I don't think he's leaving. I believe he's getting offers.
And the only reason why I say that is because the state of Colorado produced a lot of big-time players. A lot of big-time players come from out of Colorado that play baseball, that play softball. So it's crazy that they don't got it. But I can tell you right now, they're going to have some big-time athletes on campus.
If CU had a baseball team right now, they would have had so much. They would have had so many two-way players, bro.
I would agree to disagree, right? Seeing Sean Lewis at Texas A&M, I don't think that really fits him. So I agree to disagree. But here's why, right? It's just with Sean Lewis, I don't want them to put him in a bad position because of the boosters. That's what it's be with Texas A&M.
But they're gonna throw him the bag, Rob. They're gonna throw him the bag there, and then if it don't go well, firing him in like 2 years. Because
and the thing about that whole thing is, right? And they gonna have to buy out, they coach, right? Jimbo. He got a lot of money left on the salary, but Texas got that long money. They got that oil money, so they can afford to do that. But you still, man, that's a lot of pressure, man. I would stay with Coach Prime, double my salary, and then find a great position where I can go and like really prevail. Because with Sean Lewis, right, he still got to build a staff, right? Who is Coach Prime gonna let him take outside the offensive line coach with him?
That's gonna be him and O'Boyle.
Yeah. Man,
hey, Chris, I don't know about Prime going on Texas A&M in 3 years, bro. What's wrong with you?
Coach Prime ain't just giving him the blueprint. He running circles around people right now. He running circles around people right now, and they don't even know what to do with it. And that's why Coach Prime is so effective right now, and why people don't want to see him shine is because they can't do it. They ain't got that power where they at their school. You know what I mean? Coaches right now looking at that next contract saying, "Hey, I gotta change this. I gotta change that." Do you understand like how much he's changing in the world right now? It's crazy. I think Alabama is talking to keep them recruits from. Man, hey, listen. One thing about it right now, you ain't
Oh,
stopping recruits from going to Colorado.
days to come. It's so many recruits coming, bro. It's
You,
crazy.
the one thing you cannot do is let your recruits get to Colorado. If you allow them to get on a visit, it's a wrap for you. It's
Days to
a
come.
wrap for you right now.
Days to come. The Tennessee's already fretting on Blue Carter flipping, bro.
Hey,
That's all.
it's a linebacker that decommitted. It's an offensive lineman and a D lineman that decommitted to come to Colorado on a visit. Just saying.
What D lineman?
It's so it was a D lineman from Florida that was committed to
Oh,
Florida.
the big boy. I ain't talking about.
Yeah, he decommitted. The linebacker that was committed to Michigan.
He was been coming here for
But he
unofficial.
was linked with Bo Carter. You don't think they had that conversation?
Hey, guess who going on a visit to Georgia this week?
That's the safety. Can't think of his name right now, but the safety, yeah.
KJ.
I listen. I told you, keep your eyes open, man.
Season.
Hey, listen.
You know what Georgia
Rose,
going? You know what Georgia gonna do with him though, right? They're gonna flip him.
Listen. All right, so bam, they flip him. What do you think they have with CL3?
Oh, I already know. I'm a part of that.
Hey, listen. These recruits and parents ain't stupid. You know what they did?
They let him get that bag.
They went and got that bag.
I heard with him, he got a bag from FSU. But why FSU is a story program? What you gotta do that to get a recruit, bro?
I mean, listen, you could throw money at players all day long, but you got to realize you got to get them signed. You got to get them in the program, and you got to show that you can develop.
But it ain't gonna stick.
But see, here's the thing, right? Florida State went so aggressive too early. That's the problem. But for some of the recruits, they knew they had to do. Think about that logically. If a recruit telling you, "Hey, coach, I need that bad. That's the way I'm coming." What you gonna do?
Mike Norvell got too desperate, bro.
Mike Norvell is paying a lot of high school players right now in the state of Florida. I'm telling you this right now.
Crazy.
They are playing a lot of high school players right now.
Hey, Jada, hop on.
Hypothetical. If Sean Lewis gets a head coaching job offer after this season, what school do you think will put him in the best position to succeed? That's a great question. That's a great question.
I don't know.
Like for me, like think about who Sean Lewis is, right? He's a fast-paced tempo.
All right, Jada.
He's a fast-paced tempo, right? So where logically will he have to go, right? What conference? It's gonna be the Big 12. If you had to put your money on it, right? The Big 12 is the best conference for Sean Lewis and his offense. He can't go to the SEC and try to do that. Because he'll never be Georgia and Alabama ever doing that.
Oh no.
All right. He can't go to the Big 10, right? Because then he's not gonna be able to beat Michigan, Ohio State, Wisconsin.
And Penn State.
So in logic, it only would make sense, right, for him to get the right job would be for him to go somewhere in the Big 12.
8 days to come. I think the news can make recruits feel like it's, bro, these recruits are not stupid nowadays, bro. Did they see what's going on?
These recruits got a whole group chat going on. Like, it is crazy to see. Now, I would say this. Baylor would be a good situation for Sean Lewis. Baylor would be a good situation, right? Because who he learned the offense from.
They got that Texas money too, though.
That would be a good fit for him. I can see that. I can see him going to Baylor. That would be
But
definitely a good
he
fit.
would get spanked though, because he would have to play prime every year.
Hey, Miss Ryan Cole.
What's up, Ryan Nicole?
My only so Chris, I like the
Where
idea.
my
I
play at,
like you
girl?
saying West Virginia. The only issue I would have with West Virginia is it's tough to get recruits in West
You
Virginia,
not
man.
get, bro. I live in Maryland, bro. You ain't getting no recruits to go out there.
It's
Sorry,
tough.
it's in
Him
this.
going to
Rob,
Baylor,
you ever been there?
he would be in a
You,
prime position to
Rob,
get a lot
you
of
ever
good
been to
players.
Rob, you ever been to West Virginia?
Yeah, I got a player that played at Solomon University that I coached.
It's in the sticks. It's nothing to do.
That's what I'm saying. So and they go to they because they like the D2 of the West Virginia. Basically, like that's what they like Solomon University is. So I know it ain't nothing out there. You feel
Ain't
me?
nothing to do out there.
So hey, they just gotta figure it out, right? For Sean Lewis, right, a good fit would be like a Texas school, like a Baylor or Houston.
I don't think Houston getting rid of Dan Hogerson, bro. That ain't
No, I'm
happening.
not saying. I'm just saying hypothetical, right? I'm not saying he gonna leave, right? I could see him at like a UCF. That'd be a good fit for him. I would
But
not want to see
UCF,
Sean Lewis at no
UCF just got
USF,
that.
yo.
UCF
Not,
just got what's the name? They ain't getting rid of him. It's no time either.
hey, you know a school though that I think he would really be good at, but they need to change conference.
So,
Memphis.
ain't they in the AAC?
Yeah, but they need to change conference to get better recruits. But he would be a good fit for like a Memphis.
Nah, I don't think he gonna go to Group of Five, bro.
I mean, they one of the top programs in Group of Five, but he won a P5 offer. I can see him going to a Texas team.
Me,
Ain't
hey,
nothing
me,
to do with Waco either, but at
hey,
least it's Texas. Listen, you gonna get better recruits though,
yeah,
and you gonna
Texas,
have one thing
Texas.
about the one thing about Baylor is you're gonna have better recruits and you're gonna have better NIL collectives to help you go get players. That's one of the
Got,
things you'll have,
got
and
that
that's the reason why
backing.
I say Baylor.
I'm going grocery shopping Sunday. Hey, Ryan Nicole, Sunday's a long ways from now, bro. What's wrong with you? I
Prime will
need
get
my
a new OC every year. I don't think so. I think Sean Lewis was going to be there for 2 years, and then boom, it's a 2-year plan. And the reason I'm telling you it's a 2-year plan is because of Travis Hunter.
hey, but
Travis
Rob,
Hunter is
but Rob,
the key.
what they gonna do with Danny O'Neal, bro?
What do you mean?
So Sean Lewis gonna recruit him and then leave?
Guess what? We not worried about that. You see what we're doing with the class 25?
Yeah.
The class 25, class 26. What we doing? We stacking up recruits. So guess what? You don't think some a QB gonna see that in class of 24? Because guess what? Say all right. So basically right now we're recruiting 4 quarterbacks in the class 25. We're more likely gonna get 2 of those 4. So one of them might bump up to the class 24. So say Sean Lewis leaves, right? And I'm not, and I don't even want to put this in the air because I just feel like Sean Lewis is gonna be there for 2 years, right?
I would love for Sean Lewis to stay for more than 2 years, bro, and just develop.
Hypothetically, right? If Sean Lewis was to leave, right?
Uh-huh.
I could see one of those class of 25 QBs reclassify to class of
Reclassify.
24.
Yeah, I can see Bryce or Antoine Hill.
Because financially, you're gonna be taken care of with NIL deals. You're gonna be taken care of.
Most
And
deaf.
you get a year under your door to really learn the game, right? You're going to get in the game. You know what I'm saying? Because they got to change the schedule because some of the games they got scheduled in the future was already against Big 12 opponents. So some of those games gonna get switched out. You know, so we gonna see.
Who could? But what if Bryce Underwood come? Trevon Evans, it's looking real promising, bro.
We're gonna get 2 quarterbacks in the class of 25.
Pat Shermer, AJ Dot. I wouldn't put it past Prime to make. Hey, if you make Pat Shermer offensive, whew,
I don't think Prime would because Prime is going to try to recruit to what everybody likes, and that's the spread offense. Pat Shermer ain't that. If
Nah.
he already, to be honest with you, he already got the offensive coordinator there,
Yeah.
which is the wide receiver coach.
Uh-huh.
He was the coordinator at JSU. He
And
really
they
already
was
got Sean Lewis like replacement there, but they just learning, you bidding off each other. How hard is it to reclassify? Is It depends on how many credits a kid got in high school. That's really what it is. It's really not hard to reclassify because you could take summer courses to get to credits. It all depends on what school you go to, right? And how the school system work, right? Is your school year round or is your school like the fall to spring? Like everybody got a difference in how they school works. Because in certain states, school is year round. They get breaks in between like 2-3 weeks off at times, but they school is year round. So it all depends on what state you in and how your school system is set up. But it's not hard to reclassify at all.
if Sean Lewis leave, I think the Tampa Bay Bucks old OC would be the OC. Rob, what you think?
And this is just me being honest, right? And I brought this up earlier, right? Just for fun. Sean Lewis going to the NFL as like an offensive coordinator, I would keep my eyes on that team is probably going to draft Shedeur Sanders. That's what I would say.
Days to come. What are you talking about? He was OC at JSU, bro, and they averaged 30 a game. Do your homework before you start speaking about stuff, bro.
Yeah, he was the offensive coordinator at JSU. He like Coach Prom brung him to CU for a reason because he could have just left him at JSU.
He
He's
could have
already
been
an
the
offensive
O.
coordinator,
He could have been the OC though at CU if he didn't bring in Sean Lewis.
but he already had that intact who he wanted, right?
That's what I'm saying.
He already knew he wanted to go get somebody to elevate even at a higher level.
But Brett,
Bartoloni right now, he's just doing this. He taking notes.
but Brett Bartoloni coached was under the tutelage of played for Mike Leach, who
Yeah,
created the air raid offense, the West Coast air raid offense, bro.
yeah. So, if you want to pull up, you can, man. We in here talking football. We can get into some NFL talk. We just in here having a good time, man. I'm only gonna be on here for probably about another 30 minutes or so. This ain't gonna be a super long live, but hey, if you want to jump on, come holler at us. Let's talk some football. We don't gotta talk about Colorado. We can talk about anything outside of Colorado for sure. I just so for me, when it comes to Coach Prime right now, I don't think he's gonna bring nobody from the outside. I truly believe he's gonna elevate
In
what's
house.
inside in the house right now because it just makes sense, right? You bring in these extra people from the NFL to give you this toolage. You got people in place, right? And so if somebody was to leave, we already built in the who we gonna get to replace them.
We bumped him up.
You know, you gonna see Warren Sapp as an on-field assistant here soon.
Hey Rob, I won't be surprised if Warren Sapp get that position that what's the name got?
That who got
Sal.
the defensive line coach? Yeah, I mean that could be easy. That could be easy like plug and play, right?
You
You
know what I'm
gotta
saying?
think about it.
And then move Sal to analyst.
Yeah, and I see people like feel like Charles Kelly only. I don't think Charles Kelly gonna go nowhere. He in a prime position where he don't gotta do nothing. He can just
Hold on.
sit back, and kick his feet up.
Hey Ryan Nicole, I ain't tired. What you talking about?
He could keep having receivers as offensive coordinators and not
He could
hire.
have kept the receiver as the OC and not hire Sean Lewis. Days to come. It's a reason why he got Sean Lewis, bro. That up tempo style of offense is potent.
I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yes, I was on David Talk Buffs, talking football. You know, so hey, that's what we do, man. We just cut out here and we have fun, man, and just
Cliff
break it
Kingsbury
down.
or the future
Yo,
OC?
yo.
Cliff Kingsbury and Jordan Smith.
He
Cliff
Cliff,
Kingsbury was a horrible head coach. No.
hey, listen, Kingsbury's he's with USC right now.
He was
He ain't
over.
leaving USC.
I
He
don't
out
know
Hell
there
no.
how he got
chilling
it. I don't know how
and
he got
getting
an NFL
paid.
job to start off with.
Thank you.
I know Ryan Nicole.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't know how
I
Cliff
think-
Kingsbury even got a job in the NFL. Did he
You
win
said
like
what?
8 games? Didn't Cliff Kingsbury win like 8 games?
Man, he was terrible.
Kingsbury wasn't that good at Texas Tech, bro.
Yeah, I
He
don't
was
remember.
decent. He was decent as a QB too.
I would say this. Sometimes people get elevated to a head coach position too fast. Everybody wants to be a head
Yeah,
coach.
that happens a lot.
Everybody wants to be a head coach, but not everybody can control a room.
Rob, who did he know in the NFL that he would become a head coach, bro?
Bro, you just got to know somebody, know somebody, know somebody. That's it. He knew
That was,
he knew the GM. The GM took care of him. That's all it was. It was a buddy
that
move.
was a bad hire, bro.
I don't. For
I mean,
me,
that's the same G where Bruce Arians go.
yeah. For me, if I'm Coach Prime, well, think about it like this: why would Willie Tiger want to come to Coach Prime?
No,
When he
it's
can
not
elevate-
the target. It's not the
When he
target.
can listen. Oh no, not Willie Tiger. Sorry, what is
Some
some new head coach?
Rain or some shit like that.
Huh?
I forgot his name, but the FAMU head coach, he's not
He's
leaving
black.
to come.
He's black. The head coach is black. It's not Willie Tiger. It's man, what is Willie Simmons? Willie Simmons. That's his name.
Yeah. Willie Simmons. I said Willie Green.
Willie Simmons. You know, if I'm him, I wouldn't take the opportunity, right? Because I know I can go to a Power 5 job. All Willie Simmons got to do is just dominate this season. You might see Willie Simmons at a P5 job. You might see him at a P5 job for real.
I don't know. I feel like Pat Shermer's learning the air raid.
You think so?
Yeah, because think about it. If he learns the air raid, brings that into his current offense, he can get another NFL job easy.
How do y'all think Coach Dancy's position will elevate SCU over time?
Coach Dent used to be a head coach.
Coach Dancy ain't going nowhere, bro.
Yeah,
Coach
he's
Dan-
chilling.
listen,
He had the best
hey,
job in the world.
Coach Dancy, Nick Williams, they're not going nowhere.
Listen, Coach Dancy got
Coach
a
Maddox.
tremendous raise from where he was at. And he ain't got
Yeah.
really do nothing but just be an analyst.
If you forget too, Coach Pollock was the OC before Bartoloni.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was, and now he's an analyst.
They just got pay raises and they chilling. Like, I mean, they're great scouts. They're
Yes,
the
they
great
are.
scouts.
Hey,
Hey,
the
Rob,
That's
question-
what I'm
I
thinking.
don't-
Pat Shermer's the one that's doing these quarterback scoutings.
Hey Rob, I don't know if you seen it was a Reach the People video when when Darius went into Coach Pollock's office and
Yeah, you can see his wall. You can see his quarterback wall.
all the names of people that he's recruiting, bro.
I have not seen Reach the People
This was
videos.
like this was the day before the game.
Was
It was
it
like last Friday.
was
It's
it
in red. It's in red.
Yeah,
no
It's
no
in
I'm
red.
sorry, which video it is? I didn't see that video.
it's the Friday before the game one.
It's the Friday before the game, bro.
I think one of the three posted that day.
Like 20-something names. I was like, dang, they really be doing work.
Yeah.
Hey, so with that being said, right, which school would y'all like to see Coach Simmons at? Because he's gonna leave FAMU. I think this is last year. What school would y'all like to see him go to?
He needs to get one of them Florida jobs.
Somewhere where he ain't gonna. I doubt Florida gonna pick him up, bro.
Woo! I would love to see that. I would love to see him go to Florida now. I love to see. Now that is a big jump, though. I said that is a big jump going from
You can be the
HBCU to Florida. But I
You
can
mean the
see him
UCF coach?
No, UCF got their coach already, bro.
Not the
Nah,
name. So looking for it.
UCF got Gus
Gus Malzahn.
yeah. He ain't going nowhere.
He's going
He
nowhere.
chilling. And they just built him a new stadium and a new facility. He ain't going nowhere. He chilling. He big chilling.
You seen that recruiting class he brought in? Warren Ruggiero is only undervalued offensive mind that fitted for Coach Prime. He made Sam Hartman at Wake Forest look like a Heisman candidate. Chris E. I don't know about that.
You want Willie Simmons to go to Texas A&M?
What?
They gonna run. They ain't even gonna allow that to happen, dog. I'm just gonna be 100% honest with you.
I don't think
They
they
ain't gonna let that one happen.
understand SEC.
You see what they did to the last coach that was at Texas
Yeah.
A&M? Fire this black.
You know what they do with SEC? Like, if you're a black coach in the SEC, you got like 1 year to prove it.
One. Less than that. Couple games. You don't do good, they kick you out.
Willie Simmons will definitely be able to recruit, but he's gonna have to go somewhere where he can get some recruits that's gonna rock with him. He can recruit his butt off. He's gonna get the coaching style, because one thing about Willie Simmons, you know what Willie Simmons gonna do? He gonna call Coach Prime. Like, hey, I need this. Hey, can you hook me up with somebody? This own Coach Prime style, they gonna get elevated. So if Nick Williams wanted to like elevate himself, wherever Willie Simmons go, if he goes to a P5 job, that'd be the only way you can see like a Nick Williams leaving. I don't think he's gonna. I'm not thinking he's gonna leave because he's too young. But if I'm Willie Simmons, right, and I get elevated to a P5 job, that's my boy Coach Prime. I'm calling him on. Hey, who you got on your coaching staff there? Like, I can come over, and we can elevate them.
Hey, Jordan Smith, you already know why they fired Kevin Sumlin and kept Jimbo, bro. It's bright as day. We all know.
They should.
You answered it yourself when you just posted that.
And one thing about Kevin Sumlin, he had the quarterbacks. He had the QBs.
They didn't have the patience with him, though.
The one thing I would say with Kevin Sumlin, right? The mistake that he made is he should have hired an offensive coordinator, because he had the quarterbacks. You had Kyler Murray.
Who?
Texas A&M.
He was at Texas A&M.
Yeah, he transferred. He was there first.
Transferred to Oklahoma.
I'm just saying, man. He had the QBs. One of them transferred, one of them stayed.
The class of 2025 quarterbacks, that could change by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know, number 5 on that list is Akili Smith Jr., and he's 6'5".
Who?
Akili Smith Jr.?
I thought he signed with Oregon.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Anything can happen, you get flipped. His dad knows Prime.
Yeah, but his dad went to Oregon. I don't see that happening.
Who?
Akili Smith Jr.
Junior, the son of
Akili Smith.
His dad went to Oregon, so I don't see him decommitting.
Hey, anything possible with Coach Prime right now, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
anything possible with Coach Prime, dog.
He committed before Coach Prime was even that.
Listen, could you imagine? Just think about this. Could you imagine if you recruit and you see somebody? Just think, if I'm watching Marvin Ham, I'm a linebacker. I'm just taking a random name, right? If I'm a recruit and I'm an elite linebacker, and I see Marvin Ham keep making all these mistakes, you don't think I can go in there and I know I can play?
You see what that offense?
That's true. That's what you do as a kid when you're getting recruited. You watch the position that's there and like, am I good enough to come in right now and play?
Yeah, and so that linebacker that decommitted from Michigan, he gonna reclassify up to the 24 class.
You talking about Montrezl Walker?
Yeah, he's gonna come, and we're gonna get him in the class 24.
You think so?
Man, listen. I'm watching everything right now.
Georgia on them hard, but Georgia just signed 3 linebackers.
Bro, they ain't getting him, bro. They not getting him. You know who's solidly doing the recruiting behind the scenes? Aaron Butler's family.
Yeah.
They doing some recruiting behind the scenes.
That's why Boo Carter coming for his unofficial, bro.
But guess who coming with him?
Who?
They got Aaron Butler gonna be there. Chandler gonna be there.
They're gonna be there.
They're gonna get him a flip.
And the QB gonna be there. Danny O'Neal gonna be there too.
Yeah. One thing about this weekend, you about to close with people this weekend.
And
They
Jordan, but Jordan Seaton
Yeah,
said
they are.
he gonna come for OV. Audi.
Wait, Rob.
That's given.
Whatever happened to Antonio Alfano? Wasn't he on
with,
team?
with who?
Antonio Alfano? The dude that left Bama, the number 1 player overall.
Man, I don't know what, man, he just went off the rails.
He was number 1 player overall with the Bama, then transferred to CU after 2 years. What happened to him? He's supposed to be on the roster still. He would have been a senior this year.
He's at a JUCO right now. He transferred to a second JUCO right now.
But he probably couldn't keep up with his grades.
Man, I don't know.
Yeah, the dude was
I don't know the full,
number 1 overall player in the country.
Yeah, I don't know his full details, but he went through some things because he did go to Alabama. He went to Colorado, and then he just disappeared and went to JUCO. He's been in JUCO for the last 2 years.
Did he even play last year?
He played in JUCO.
Oh, he didn't play for Colorado last year because he was on the roster.
Hey, Saeed, we're not talking about NBA players, bro.
No, we can talk. Man, listen, we can talk about anything, but Michael Porter.
I just don't want to talk about Porter, bro. Like that's a norm for NBA players now, bro.
I'm not gonna say that's a norm, but we got to be better. We got to be better.
I don't like touching DV cases, bro. That's touchy.
Yeah. I'm not gonna touch it like that. What I'm saying, we got to be better in general. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Miss Tanisha, hop on.
We don't know what the true real story is, right? We heard, allegedly, like, he beat this girl, whatever and all this. I would never advocate on you putting your hands on the one. My sense to any, and this is when I talk to my athletes, when I coach them, if you get into a situation where you feel like you got to put your hands on somebody, just walk away, because it ain't worth it.
Nope. Especially as an athlete, they're gonna find you in the wrong.
Now, what I will say, this happens more than a lot of people think. It's just not coming out to the public.
Yep.
These professional athletes, and some of it has got to do with, certain players feel like they're supposed to play. Their wife ain't support. It's a number of things that you can get into that. And I'm not going to go down that line and really get into all of that because it's just not something I want to do, right? But what I would say with him is we got to be better, right? And if you feel like you got to put your hands on somebody, just walk away from the situation because ain't nothing good finna come out of that situation. That's
with these recruits, how do changing OC affect recruiting? Won't affect it, bro. You got Coach Prime there.
Hey, and you skipped the whole question, but I will go down. With these recruits, how does it change the OC affecting the recruit? So that part really don't affect, right? Because
they come to
Lewis, I'm telling you right now, they're gonna have them for 2 years. So we're gonna get the players that we need to get, and we're gonna sustain those players. So I don't think they're gonna, and that's why I really don't think they're gonna bring somebody from the outside in to be the next offensive coordinator, because we recruit these players and already letting them know what we finna do and how we're gonna run the system. So Coach Prime wants to keep the same system in place. He don't really want to go and make a big change to the system. So I think we'll be fine. But back to your question, how many black P5 head coaches do we have right now? So we got Michigan State, we got Coach Prime,
Coach Franklin,
Penn State, yeah.
Is Lovie Smith back in college?
No, he's in the NFL. Shoot, all you want is it's got to be like 3 or 4 black head coaches right now in Power 5.
I'm trying to think of P5.
It's not that many. Because, like, if you go through the Pac-12, it's only Coach Prime, right?
Yeah.
There ain't no other black head coach.
SEC? Is there any in the SEC?
There ain't none in the SEC.
ACC?
ACC. Nah, Florida State, Miami, Clemson, Duke, North Carolina State.
All white men.
Clemson. Who else am I missing out of ACC? I know I'm missing some schools. Wake Forest. No, they ain't got no black coach. You go to all right, so go to the Big 12, right? You got Texas Tech, you got TCU, you got Houston, UCF, Kansas,
That's all white dudes, bro.
K-State, uh, Oklahoma, Texas, because they currently there right now. Iowa State, no. So then you go to the Big Ten.
This Franklin.
You got Franklin and you got old boy from Michigan State. So only 3.
That's sad.
Wait, no, I think there's more than 3. Mississippi State, right?
Who?
Don't they have one?
The white dude now, bro.
So I think who their head coach is.
I remember a couple years ago, the Pac-10 had the most. Pac-10 had like 8 a couple years ago.
So the SEC head coach is 14 at the Power 5? No way.
Who is?
Yeah. No, well, yes, Notre Dame. So that's 4.
Oh yeah. What's the Notre Dame head coach? I forgot. Yo, I be forgetting about him, bro.
So because they're in the independent conference, so you don't.
They're independent, but they still Power 5.
Yeah, so that's 4. SEC,
Bro, it's not a lot.
LSU, you got Mississippi State, Kentucky, Alabama, Georgia, Missouri,
All white dudes, bro.
Florida, Vanderbilt. Let's see who else. Mel Tucker is suspended right now.
Mel Tucker's gonna lose his job.
But that's about to be a wrap on that, man. That whole situation is about to be a wrap.
That's finito.
But yeah, it's really only 4
4
black
to
head
5
coaches at P5. We're talking strictly P5, not the entire like Division 1 up. We're talking about strictly P5. There's only 4 black head coaches.
Hey, Carl Durrell, right?
Carl Durrell, he's not at P5.
Carl Durrell is on CU staff.
No, not Carl Durrell.
I did forget about Maryland.
Kevin Sutherland.
The Maryland head coach is black. I forgot. Dang, and I live in the state. Dang,
I literally forgot about Maryland. I didn't even forget you.
Isn't David Charleston at Stanford?
No, Stanford's head coach is a white man, bro.
What David Shaw? He looks white, but he's black.
Yeah, David Shaw gone.
David Shaw been gone, bro. They fired him years ago.
But just to think about it, right? Is just say on it's a handful of black coaches, right?
Slim pickings, bro.
But one thing I always say with this, right? Coach Prime is opening the doors for African American coaches to get P5 jobs. Now, what I would say to this, right? As African American coaches, we got to do better in picking the right situations for us to be successful. Don't just take a job knowing that you're not going to get the resources that you need to be successful. Demand what you need, because that's the only way you're going to be successful. Don't just go in there and take the okie doke and then they get you up out of there because the booster said, we don't like this guy. So that's what I would say when it comes to like African American head coach. I mean, at the Power 5 level, right? Because it's a short stint, right? African American coaches, you got 1 year on trial. I don't care if you sign a 3 or 4 year deal. You got 1 year to prove to us that you can do everything right. After that, you can't do it, you out of there. So you got to be able to recruit at a high level. So we'll see.
I mean, it's the same way in the NFL unless you're Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin's the only black head coach that will have a head coaching job for the rest of his life. No matter if he leaves Pittsburgh or goes anywhere else.
But just think about it. He ain't got no losing record.
It's true.
He does not have a losing record in Pittsburgh.
Virginia got a black head coach? I didn't know that.
All right, listen. What African American coach are they gonna give $100 million to?
Hell no! If I'm off $100 million, I'm taking it.
What?
Make that contract ironclad. You can find me.
That's not coaching right now.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm saying
That's the only one I can
Mel
think of.
Tucker. Listen, Mel Tucker just messed that bag up for a lot of black coaches. Just
Tony
saying,
Dungy.
it's got to be the right black head coach for that something like that to
As I
happen.
said, like Tony Dungy, but he would have to be like, I think he's been out of coaching too long.
I
Yeah,
don't think Tony Dungy wants to coach.
Yeah,
Nah,
because he
he
could coach
done.
any college team he wanted.
He done.
Tony Elliott. Okay.
So, because I mean, like the HBCUs, they got a lot of black head coaches that can be elevated to different positions, right?
They ain't gonna give them that though, because they're gonna feel as though they came from lower level programs. And they
Eric
don't
Bieniemy might be
know.
able to come down to college and get a bag.
But Colorado State is as a group of 5. They're not Power 5. We're talking strictly Power 5 coaches, not group of 5. Now, what I would say, if Jake Norvell gets a different opportunity to go to a P5, I think he would do good things. It's just he's at Colorado State. It's gonna be hard for him to get players
Yep.
because if it's any top player in Colorado, they going to Colorado. They're not going to Colorado State. I can say that right now. So Jake Norvell, his problem is how are he gonna get the recruits to go to Colorado State? That's gonna be his biggest issue.
Colorado State is good. They recruit like in like small California cities. Like like the best player in a small town and like in some California town will go to CSG. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So in the state of Colorado, right? Colorado State is getting player 15 to 30 range. They're not getting the players in the top 10. The top 10 ranked players in the state of Colorado are all going out of state. But that's going to change because what? If you're good enough, Coach
They
Pound
stay
going to
on
offer
them.
you
No
know?
didn't mess up anything. He just run his class at Power 5 schools. They have been more standard with other coaches and they just go down level.
Listen,
Answer that for him.
I'm telling you, Mel Tucker just messed up a lot of bags for a lot of African American coaches. You ain't gotta believe me, but they're not gonna go out there and give an African American coach $100 million.
Hell no.
They just not. They're gonna probably give you 30 to 40 at the most, and you're gonna have to prove off of that first contract to get that second contract. I'm talking about that first initial contract that you get. It ain't gonna be no $100 million like Mel Tucker got at Michigan State. That's what I'm saying.
Prime probably gonna be the only coach that get that though, as a black man.
Nick Saban is the only coach that I think Nick Saban makes more than every NFL coach.
Up eating snacks, listening to the intonation out like I
But
told you, Ryan McCall, you don't know what's going on.
The only coaches, right, that truly like deserve something like that would be like a Nick Saban or Kirby Smart.
Dabo too.
Or Dabo.
Dabo ain't trying to put the work in though. No.
Dabo
just want to recruit. He don't want to hit the portal, bro.
Yeah, and Dabo's like, the kids are not gonna go to Clemson.
That's how he hurts his team because he's still off. He still got that mind frame like a dinosaur.
Yeah. I was that old freshmen don't play, like it don't matter. Like he's that old school type.
Yeah.
He's a dinosaur, man.
I think Dabo, it's time for a change of scenery with him. Like it's time for just a change of scenery. But I don't know how much Dabo really how much he's really gonna want to put into like being a head coach that much longer.
Where would he go?
That's the question that you got to look at. Like where would he go? But I think it's his time. Like when somebody's time is ran its course, I feel like with Dabo, his time is ran its course there. But the thing of the situation is, where would he go? Would he be the one that go to Alabama?
But hold on, but Rob. People are trying to kick Saban out, and the man didn't say nothing about retiring.
I'm just saying.
I don't think that's true. Like Nick Saban's like a god down there.
And the reason why I said it with Dabo is because Dabo don't want to get involved with the NIL. If you don't want to come around to the changes in what's going on right now, it's gonna be hard for you to be successful. It's gonna be hard for you to be relevant. And Dabo, he can coach, he can get the coaching staff. The problem is he's not getting the players now. And so now he's taking a step back, and that's what's really hurting him right now. So it's like he's either got to change scenery to like change the blood.
Bro.
Say it again.
He's a dinosaur. You seen this QB Klubnik? Horrible.
I think he's right. Like a lot of his players too, they don't translate well to the NFL.
Did you see Klubnik against Duke? Terrible.
Like the
only
only
ones
thing the linemen are the D linemen.
Yeah.
Everything else that
Yeah,
got
that's all I was
comes
gonna
in
say.
doesn't do well.
DJU. He had
No,
to leave. He had to leave Clemson to become relevant again, bro.
AJ Tyrell is all right, but like that whole like championship squad, none of them besides the D linemen are like actually decent. And Deshaun Watson, but you know, no one on that defense. No one on that
Hey, Ryan,
defense.
what I gotta watch out for? Nick Saban will probably coach Bama until he physically can't anymore. I think Saban's gonna be like Joe Paterno.
Yeah, someone's gonna have to get him out.
You got to damn near force that man out of there, bro. Yo, it was so crazy with Joe Paterno, bro. They forced him out of there with them allegations, and as soon as he left, he died.
So my thing of it is can Nick Saban get the quarterback to get them back over the hump?
Bro, he had that 4-year stretch, bro.
I'm talking about now.
You remember Bama quarterbacks before?
They were trash.
Like, yeah, they were going to national championship, but their quarterbacks were leading the way.
Yeah.
Oh, AJ McCarron, he's a backup.
What was it Wilson? John Paul Wilson or whatever his name was?
He's not even in the NFL no more.
You know what I'm talking about, right? The dude his little brother was on that Alabama football show.
Yeah. Dabo has the players. His offensive court keep getting hired at other places in Dabo. Okay, Brent Venables at Oklahoma is overrated, Chris E. Sorry to burst your bubble.
Listen to this. All right. Dabo in the summertime went and hired one of the top candidates for a head coaching job in Garrett Riley. So there's got to be a disconnect somewhere, right? What I would tell you is they don't got the receivers like they used to have. That's the major problem with Dabo's team right now.
Hey, Rob.
They don't got the dogs on the outside, and so it's hard for them to do anything because everybody know they're going to run the ball. So as soon as they shut them down in the run, they know they ain't got the receivers. Let's just be real.
What they got? Sammy Watkins, Mike Williams, the Higgins.
Look at countdown timers. Look what countdown timer wrote, bro.
Yeah, Nick Saban is
that would never happen, bro.
But listen, Nick Saban leaves, all the recruiting in Alabama leaves.
I would say this, Zion. He's got a point, right? The SEC don't play at losing. And in Alabama, listen, if you Saban go out and lose 3 or 4 games and they don't make it to the playoffs,
no, Saban could listen. Saban could lose.
Saban could be in trouble.
Saban could lose for the next 2 years and he's still gonna have his job, bro.
No, dog. Them boosters gonna be like, hey, it's time for a change. One thing gonna happen.
You mean lose? Like not national championships or like not
yeah. I like for me personally, I don't think Nick Saban's finna get another championship. I think that's done for him. Unless
he gets a Q quarterback, he's not ever reaching the college football playoffs, bro.
Here's what I would say Nick Saban got to do. Nick Saban gonna have to go drop some bag on some players. That's just what's gonna have to happen. But I don't see Nick Saban winning on national championship. Alabama's gonna get rid of him, man. I'm not gonna say get rid of him. But they're gonna
hold on, Chris E.
Like
Venables had that damn. He inherited a team in Oklahoma that for the past 7 years won over 10 games, and you only win 5 games, bro. Come on now, stop it.
Yes, I agree with that. The opportunity out here for players is crazy. Players don't have to go to these schools to win.
Nope. You heard what Jordan Seaton said. He said, "I don't have to go. You don't have to go to the SEC to win."
Listen.
People are starting to realize that now, bro. You don't got to go to the SEC no more, bro.
Did you see what one of Coach Prime recruiters said? He said that exact same message. going to the SEC does not validate you. Does not validate you. Just because you go to an SEC school does not mean you're gonna go to the NFL.
It don't.
You're going to have to be productive. You can literally go to any school and be productive and get drafted. That's just the truth. And that's what Coach Prime is telling these recruits. Why would you go to Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, and all these places to go sit when you can just come here and play?
Remember, Cam Newton said it. Them schools don't need you, bro.
They don't. They don't. School gonna operate regardless. They really don't need you.
First year as a head coach, and you call him bad. So Saban at Alabama in his first year was losing would make him a hard. Saban didn't inherit the good team like Venables did, bro. Stop it.
Bama was terrible.
Bama,
you know how bad. You know how bad Bama was when Saban got that team, Chris. You talking out the side of your neck now, bro. You talking to a grown man, bro. I'm not.
Oklahoma was terrible too, for real.
Yeah, those LSU teams were stacked still because Saban built LSU up and then he went to Bama. Well, he went to the NFL and came back.
I'm gonna tell y'all this. Georgia might lose some people that just sitting. It ain't getting no PT. They gonna lose.
Bro, they got you know how much 5 stars they got just sitting there.
Some of them about to hit their transfer portal.
You know, like people were talking about like number 1 corners that don't come in and play. I can name one off the top of my head, and he made the biggest mistake of his life. Ringo from Georgia. Remember Ringo? Keelan Ringo? He was the number 1 pick, or the number 1 corner coming out in 2000. He didn't play that first year. He played the 2 national championship games, and he won the 4th round because he left too early.
Yeah.
He still had 2 years of eligibility left. He could have left this year, probably been a first-round pick. I mean, he made the Eagles, but like.
But that's because Georgia keep recruiting these big old classes.
But the Eagles, they paying attention to everybody that's on Georgia defense. We need to get him. We need to get him. They drafted him. They drafted him.
Georgia. The Eagles defense is almost Georgia. It's literally almost Georgia.
It's Philadelphia. It's the Philadelphia Bulldogs.
But so here's the thing, right? Vanderbilt, he didn't go and do what he needed to do. He didn't go in the transfer portal and it's like because Lincoln Riley took all the best players off their roster, right?
Rob, they still had players on that team. But Rob, can you give Prime that team that Venables had last year? You think they're going 5-7?
Yeah.
I'm talking about those players plus players that he would have took out of the portal.
But no, you gotta take the team how it is. If you can't say put Coach Prime in that situation, and it'll be this because the players are who the players are. That's just what it is. Like Lincoln Riley,
but that's who Lincoln. But Lincoln Riley was only, he was only recruiting offense, bro. Defense was terrible.
So how do you expect to win more games if you know the defense is terrible? Let's be real. Let's be real, right?
I mean, if Prime would have took over for Lincoln Riley, I don't think Caleb Williams would have.
Yes, that's the same thing I always say.
You said Caleb Williams would have left or wouldn't have?
Wouldn't have.
He wouldn't have. But Shador would have been there, so I don't know what would happen. But yeah.
Shador went there, bro.
Now, what I would say, now if Coach Prime went to Oklahoma, which I doubt he would ever go, just because it.
Stop it! I'm getting tired of Zion thinking Prime would take every team to the playoffs. I've never said that.
I would say this: if Coach Prime was there when the same time Brent got there, right? Coach Prime would have went into that transfer portal and got what he needed. He would have got that defense to what it was. But if you go and you're talking about the same exact team that Brent had to play with, Prime is going to be the same results. And nothing's going to change because you didn't have a defense to stop anybody.
Uh-huh.
And you really didn't have a quarterback.
But, okay, Rob, you think Oklahoma's doing something this year? No, I don't see it.
I didn't say that. I think they're a year away. But guess what? Even with them being a year away, them boys might go to the SEC.
Good luck. As I said, good luck.
Now,
Texas is ready. I don't know about Oklahoma.
Oklahoma should have stayed in the Big 12, but I understand why. I understand why they went to the SEC because the money over there is different. I understand.
Texas could
You
compete.
can't let Texas go there and you don't go there. It just don't make sense. Hey, you gotta go get
I
that
don't
back.
know. I don't know how the Pac-12 messed it up. Right now, if the Pac-12 would have got a deal, they'd be the richest conference.
If
in like
Pac-12
4
could get that
years.
TV deal, bro, they would have been the best conference, bro, in Power 5.
Easily the best conference in Power. Right now, they are the best conference. I don't know if they could have stayed it for a while, but the Pac-12 hasn't been this good since like the 2000s, like the early 2000s.
But you got 8 teams ranked. 8.
Yeah, those Reggie Bush USC teams they haven't been that good since then. That's when the SEC didn't even matter back then. It was the ACC, the Big Ten, and
bro, back in the early 2000s, people wasn't even talking about Alabama or LSU. No, LSU was getting talked about, but you didn't hear about Bama.
But who was at LSU?
Nick Saban.
No, before Nick Saban, it was what's his name that got fired?
Was Ed Orgeron there before?
Not Orgeron, the other one.
You're not talking about Les Miles, are you?
That's Miles, yeah. You can't Reggie, bro. All I hear is Vince Young. Oh, hey, Tanisha. Hey, that was a hell of a national championship game, though. I ain't even going to cap.
Bro, we don't want to talk about that.
Hey, Reggie.
You know the play that Reggie fumbled on?
Vince Young put that team on his back and said, "Give me this title."
Okay, you all know the play that Reggie tried to pitch it back and fumbled on? If you YouTube it, he did that in the same thing in the state championship, and it worked. Exact same thing. That's why he did it.
That's crazy. Actually,
situation.
To answer your question, I would love to see Colorado versus Washington State for the Pac-12 championship.
That's a good game.
I gotta go look at Washington.
I don't think they can, right? Because Washington's gonna lose a game before.
Washington got a squad, bro.
Yeah, they might lose a game though.
Who?
Washington State, because Washington State plays
no,
USC, right?
Colorado versus Washington, the regular, not Washington State.
Oh, okay.
Washington for the Pac-12 championship.
I know Washington's gonna be undefeated.
I gotta look at their schedule and how it's laid out. I gotta go back and look at that. If somebody got Washington's schedule in the chat, post that in the chat.
If Mike Pennis can stay healthy, I can see them going undefeated.
Well, I gotta see who all they play though, because that's the thing about it.
Yeah, they play nobody besides Oregon, and that's in the Pac-12. That's good. They play Arizona, they play Stanford, they play Cal, they play Arizona State.
Oh yeah, they should make it then.
She said if he didn't realize he was going against some dogs when he tried that pitch backwards.
They do play Utah and Oregon. Wait, they play USC. Actually, they might not be undefeated with it before. They play USC, then Utah, then Oregon State, and then Washington State.
That's a tough stretch.
After what I seen with Utah against Baylor, I don't know.
No, that is a tough stretch. Say that again one more time.
All right, so they play USC.
Is that game a home or away?
Play USC at USC.
Okay.
They play Utah at home.
Okay.
They play Oregon State at home.
Okay.
And they play Washington State at home.
Damn, they got favorable schedule.
That's a tough stretch.
And then for that USC game, they play Oregon.
That's a tough stretch for Washington right there.
Chris E, they're not saying playing in the regular season. They're saying the Pac-12 championship game,
in
bro.
In the Pac-12 championship game.
You know how great of a run they'd have to make? Because I don't know if you'd beat all four of those in a row.
Hell, that's a lot, man.
To have them 4 in a row, that's tough. So you gotta
the worst part of it is them 4 in a row, no bye. So it's just bam, 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 bam.
Bro, that's a lot of football.
And they're gonna have to play 2 physical teams back to back and then finish with Washington State.
Yep.
Good luck.
Whoo! If they make it out there, they gotta go to the Pac-12 championship game.
Yeah, they gonna be the number 1 team in the country if they rank that.
Yeah. Because all of them are ranked.
I know it's gonna be a SEC school or a Big Ten school, bro.
They're gonna at least be in the top 4. Guaranteed.
There's gonna be a 2-loss SEC team and number 1.
I'm not sold on Georgia's quarterback.
But they ain't playing nobody, so the quarterback ain't gonna matter.
Bro, they got 3 weeks of cupcake schedule, bro.
When is who by? Who by are you asking about?
When is their bye week?
Because Colorado's bye week is after. Is it Stanford or Arizona State? I know it's in October.
This I missed it bragging about Texas. Oh, they're talking about Washington schedule, Tanisha.
You think Michigan State just rolls over and Washington beats them this weekend? With the scandal, or do you think Washington State actually has something to fight over?
But do they have a QB?
With Washington State?
Michigan State.
Michigan State, I mean.
No, I don't think Michigan State can do anything this year. Especially if Mel Tucker gone, you just go ahead and watch that season.
I can see them still in a couple. It's at Michigan State.
So Chris E, the Pac-12 does not have divisions. It's the top 2 teams. So whoever finished in the top as the top 2 teams in the Pac-12 plays for the championship game.
Yeah, they got rid of the North and the South.
So say for instance, right, Colorado and USC, no matter who loses their game, if they win out the rest of their games and like both teams win out the rest of the games, they can end up playing for the Pac-12 championship. There ain't no divisions.
The divisions are all like jacked up anyway.
Yeah, it didn't align right anyway.
Was it Colorado in the South? Even though
Yeah,
it's weird. They didn't play. Oregon had the easiest cakewalk to the Pac-12 championship every year.
that's why they got rid of it.
Yeah. Oregon played like Cal and like Washington, Oregon State. I don't think they played Oregon State. They played like UCLA.
Got you. Makes sense, rather, man.
So me, honestly, I'm glad that we don't got Cal on our schedule. We don't got like all the worst teams on our schedule because it won't help us.
Cal's a cakewalk.
So
I felt like that could have been the first game. Like, it would have been nice.
yeah. So like we gonna take it out on Stanford. Like, we gonna take it out on Stanford.
Yeah.
Stanford just got handled by USC.
Yeah, Stanford. I don't even know it's a program anymore.
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna just put a mud hole in them.
Stanford needs to go to Mountain West.
You think so? But they going to the ACC.
They're gonna get handled. Stanford couldn't be.
That was a stupid move.
Yeah, Stanford was having trouble with Mountain West teams.
So Stanford and Cal went to the ACC. How Sway?
You know what the problem with Stanford is? They don't want to put no money into their football program.
But they don't need to because the academics is.
Cal has been good since Marshawn was there.
The only way they can go back and put money back into their football program if they was to get like a Jim Harbaugh to come back there. That'd be the only way.
Bro, when Jim Harbaugh was at Stanford, bro, they were competing in the Pac-12, bro.
Because he was going to go. He made them do that. He made them spend the money. They ain't trying to spend that type of money now.
They also lower their academic standards than do.
Yeah.
Stanford's not an easy. Stanford and Cal are the hardest 2 schools to get in California.
Yes.
Yeah. They call Cal like the Harvard of the West or something like that. Or Stanford. That's Stanford.
Yeah, they had to. They had to because they got rid of the SATs because you don't have to take it no more.
Yeah, they got rid of that.
But that's the same thing.
They opened the landscape for a lot of players. That's why a lot of players don't have to go to JUCO route.
Colorado. It was hard to get into.
It was hard when it moved to the Pac-12. Back when they were recruiting from Compton, it wasn't hard to get there. When the SATs went away, is when it got hard.
Yeah, I'm glad they got rid of the SATs. To be honest with you, because it's like
I was in there sweating, like I need that $900 for the scholarship.
Cal has debt to pay.
I had to take the ACT because I was in Missouri, so I had to take the ACT.
Stanford and SMU has money. Stanford has $3 billion in endowment to spend.
Yeah, but their football programs, no one can get in.
Football team is trash, though.
Yeah, they can't recruit like they used to anymore. Standards are way too high.
Stanford's basketball team is good. Swim team, good. Baseball teams,
great.
Decent.
Baseball team's great.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I don't follow their baseball team like that.
They women's basketball team, not they men's.
Yeah, women's basketball team is always in the Final Four, bro.
But you gotta have like football team ain't gonna be ever be good anymore. Well, they could be, but you got to be real smart to get in the 7-0.
I wonder if players will leave SMU once the portal opens. Yes, you can book that. That's a done deal.
Once the season's over, days to come, they're gonna be gone.
Some of them gonna be
They
gone
got
before
another
the season
scandal?
ends.
I feel like
Huh?
SMU is the school that everyone left since I was a kid. Like, there's always something wrong with SMU.
There's always some type of scandal going on there. For some
Always.
odd reason, when it comes to their head coaches, it's always a scandal going on. I don't get it. I don't know what's up there in the water, but I don't want to go nowhere near coach.
Didn't they get the death penalty for like 15 years? Something crazy
Yeah,
like that?
they got like the death penalty just like Penn State did for that period of time.
Nah, but theirs was long. Like,
No, Penn State death penalty was like less than 5 years, or like less than 10 years, bro.
yeah, SMU's was like 15.
But Paterno knew what was going on and kept it under wraps.
They are on the way. Trust me.
That's the big boys on the line of scrimmage. They're gonna be.
I don't think Travis J and Big Hen are playing this again.
They might not.
What
That
Coach
boy-
Brown said, I'm like, I don't think they.
Speaking of MSU, Keon Coleman and Shadur would have been a crazy deal at CU.
He wanted that bag. He wanted that bag. That's
Yeah,
why
he wanted.
He chased that money, Jordan Smith.
he was
Just like there.
he was supposed to come on a visit to CU, but he wanted that bag. Because you got to think about it. Once a player gets to talking about money to Coach Prime, he crossed
No,
off the list.
Yeah, pretty much. But he played
It's
for
like
Coach
turn
Brown.
him off, bro. It's like
Yeah.
a turn off to him. I don't blame him though.
Well, the thing about it, if you come here and you want to develop, Coach Prime gonna help you get an NIL deal. If you just focus on the NIL and you ain't worried about coming here to develop, he don't want to deal with you because you're gonna be a cancer in the locker room.
With all that money FSU spending on bags, bro, they better win a natty.
We gonna see. We gonna like. I get everybody like I get them all hyped up about the LSU game, but I wouldn't really hyped about LSU because I like their quarterback. Like I'm not a fan of their quarterback. That's just me.
I'm
Personally.
not either.
I've never been a fan of because he misses a lot of open receivers and he wants to run too much and he's scared to stay in that pocket and sling it. So
I'm not a fan of Brian. I'm not a fan of Brian Kelly.
he's gonna get those recruits though. That's what I would say with him.
He gonna talk a good game, bro. He gonna talk that good game.
But this the year he needs to be. He needs to be Alabama this year. He needs to win
He might beat Alabama.
the West. He needs to win the West this year.
He might beat Alabama, but then when he faces Georgia, you already know it's gonna go down.
But that's still a win for him to just go to the SEC championship game. It's still a win.
I don't know, bro. I just feel like the FSU, they real boastful. One of them Dukes, Wake Forest, Louisville gonna humble them.
What do you think? You think Clemson humbles him?
Hell no.
Boston College have a chance.
You hear what I said about Klubnik? Klubnik is, whew. Did you see him again? He was horrible.
Clemson's gonna figure it out by the time they get to Florida State. And
Bro,
the game's gonna be a lot closer than what you think it's gonna be.
Nah, they needed to do a QB change there because Klubnik is terrible, bro.
I'm telling you right now, they're going to figure it out when they get to Florida State game. That's one game they ain't gonna take for granted.
Oh, yeah, but they better get it together.
Like what? 4 or 5 black quarterbacks in a row? You just
Who?
Trevor Lawrence, Dabo? Not Dabo, Clemson in general. They had like 4 or 5 black quarterbacks in a row.
I know they had Taj.
Didn't they have Boykins? Was he in Clemson?
Yep.
Did they have Boykins?
Yeah, and then they had
or Taj Boyd, or I think his name
Taj Boyd.
They had Deshaun.
Who was before Deshaun? Was it Boyd?
Yeah, I want to say Taj Boyd was before Deshaun.
And then after Deshaun was Trevor Lawrence.
Taj Boyd was in the early 2000s, bro. No, not the early 2000s.
Wait.
I want to say it's been 3 or 4 black quarterbacks at Clemson in a row until Trevor Lawrence.
They ain't been the same since Trevor Lawrence went to the NFL.
Well, because they thought DJ was going to be the guy, but he wasn't.
But what I will say though, when Trevor Lawrence went to the league, all they top receivers just left, and they left him with nothing to throw to.
Oh,
The
They all got drafted that year.
DJ, they left DJ with nothing to throw to. When Trevor
Yeah,
went
because
to
when
when
Rick
Trevor went to the
left,
league,
Rick
all
was
they
gone. T.
yeah,
Higgins left.
all they wide receivers gone.
Yeah, they're all left. Yeah,
They
you're
haven't
right.
they haven't bounced back since Trevor went to the league. Texas A&M keeps spinning, no results. Big linemen keep getting paychecks every week for losing. That is true. And it's gonna be what's gonna be with Texas A&M, right? Say they get rid of Jimbo. It's gonna be a sight to see where some of them players go to. It's gonna be a sight to see. But hey,
Coach Prime giving the bag. You better perform like a pro. Hey,
listen, you're gonna
I
have to
don't
come
think he's
earn
giving
that.
it back.
He ain't gonna just give you no bag. You're gonna have to earn that.
y'all gotta realize what this man was a player. He was the recruit. He knows what it's like. You're not
But
gonna try to fleece him.
I don't there is not one player that Coach Prime he didn't get it bad at Travis. He
Nope.
just helped
You gotta
Travis
earn that.
get his NIL deals.
Travis got his own back. Well, he helped Travis get his own back. But yeah,
Taj Boyd was Clemson QB during Winston era. I watched
Yeah,
FSU beat Clemson at Death Valley that year. Jameis and FSU went from being ranked 5 to number 2 next week, and went on to win national.
I don't look at them no more. Like the world
I
told us
think
Spencer Rattler was going to be a great quarterback, and Tate Martell.
You're really holding
Remember
us
Tate
up.
Martell was the number one quarterback in the country? He
Hey,
went to
hey,
Ohio
yeah.
State.
yeah, why you like cloud chasing?
Stop it, bro. Just stop the nonsense, dog.
Hey,
Stop.
chat, don't pay attention to Gearhead. He's cloud chasing.
Yeah, bro. Cut the nonsense, bro.
This man said,
You
get
tripping,
yourself,
bro.
bro. And for the players that really needed no, you know what's so crazy though? J Dot, Jalen Rashada, bro, really wanted $13 million, and this man never played a down in college.
He won $13 million to come to CU.
No, he wanted $13 million to go to Florida and end up going to Arizona State, where
Now
he's
he's
starting
stuck there.
now. He's starting now, but Arizona State is nothing. They're not that good.
Their defense is all right. That's about it.
Their coaches is, I don't know.
For
Yeah, if
players
you
that really
really-
need it, though, do you think Prime might give a little help from the collectives for them?
What
They're
happened?
definitely. These kids have agents now before they even get to prime. Like
Yep.
not real ones, but they have somebody that's already given them money before they even get to prime.
I always say this, right? Coach Prime, he don't believe in collectives. He believe in NIL. So as long as you endorsing somebody's product or doing something the right way, he's good with it. You gonna get it. But if you come in there looking for collectives like a Shane Hooks,
Ain't gonna happen.
you're gonna get turned down. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Prime
And
came
so-
out and said he got nothing to do with collectives. He said collectives. Prime said collectives was hurting college football.
Yeah, because you got to keep up with the Joneses when you do collectives.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to think about it, right? If you give this player $1 million, somebody in that next class gonna want $1 million. So how many times you gonna keep getting out $1 million and players are not producing before you got to stop?
You did notice though once Jimmy got that number 5 though, Jane committed to Ole Miss.
Yeah, he wasn't gonna get that anyway.
Once Jimmy got number 5, he's like, I'm not going to, because that was one of the things he wanted too.
He wanted number 5. He wanted the bag, and he wasn't. Prime was not no man. Listen, go ahead and go sit on the bench where you at right now at Auburn. Just call it what it was. I never
Yeah, he has
Terry
one
Brooks
catch right
is a
now.
decent receiver, but he's not an explosive receiver where it's a must-have. So that's why I was like, when we got Javon Antonio, I'm like, we don't need Shane Hooks. We got Javon Antonio. I'm good with that. That's just what it is. But hey, it is what it is, man. It's gonna be exciting to see. We got these new recruits coming in this weekend. We got recruits coming in the fall at USC. USC is gonna be a big weekend for recruits, but this weekend is all about the players that's coming this weekend. Is that Coach Prime is trying to close the deal. So majority of all the commits that's committed to Colorado will be here this weekend to seal the deal on any new recruits that's coming this weekend. So you might get somebody to commit this weekend. You never know. You never know what celebrity's gonna show up in the building either. So hey, it's a lot of things playing in Coach Prime favor, but we gonna find out. But I'm about to end this show. Zion, J-Dot, let me get your last words. Zion, let me get your last words.
No collectives.
Don't
Malachi
overlook.
Go
Please
ahead, J-Dot.
don't overlook CSU. Any team can punch you in the face.
Man, see you by 60, bro.
All right, y'all. Well, I
Yes.
appreciate y'all, man. It's been real, man, for another awesome show, another live late night with you guys. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. This is Raw the Man Media, baby. Back with another live, man. I'll see y'all in the next one. I will be live in my normal time slot tomorrow, so tune in because I will be going live in my normal time. See you guys in the next one. Peace.